fabulous. We just came out of an Aries full moon. By the time I'm doing this reading, we're almost at the quarter moon and we are on our way to a new moon in Libra. So this reading is just checking in on all these transitional energies between that Aries full moon and this Libra new moon. So you guys are probably releasing some things at this time, but we're just gonna see what comes out of the tarot. And I believe it just told me the number 5. 5 cards for you guys. So 1, 2, 3. Want some in a straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, I brought in all of these pyramids because this is a brand spanking new deck. This is the Tarot Nefertari. And I got this lovely deck along with another one that I haven't shown yet on my channel because I noticed that all of my decks featured white European people, and it's not that I mean clearly white, but I was starting to do personal readings, and not all of my clients are white, right? So it was just kind of one of those moments where I was like, oh, I should probably get some decks with some other colors and other cultures and other themes, right? So we're going with Egyptian today. Pyramids help us manifest and focus our energy, right? You have a nice, strong, stable base, nice foundation, and this is the indication of energy manifesting at the top of the pyramid, where you therefore either ascend and, you know, as they used to say, meet the gods and go to the other world, or in this case, just kind of have a spiritual awakening, possibly. Interesting that that's coming right out the gate for your reading. I haven't even flipped your card. So, just said that's a message for you. So, here we go. Hermit energy. Got some Virgo energy up in here. Well, we definitely just came out of Virgo season, so that could be one indication here. That's like basically all of September, late October. So it just said reflecting, like you're reflecting on the past month or so. Maybe there was a lot of changes going on that specifically required you to really start going within yourself and sorting out, it just said, what is true and what is not. The truth from the light, it just said too. And it's saying that because the light reveals things that we thought were true that are not always true, right? And vice versa, things that we thought were lies become truth. So there's something there about shedding light. And that's what this specifically is. This is an oil lamp that he is holding in his hand. And so it's like you went within yourself, and it just said brought your own light. It literally just kind of gave me the image of someone walking through like a pyramid or a tomb or a dark hallway with the lamp in their hand, and very much as if these are the images on the wall. They are like lighting up the knowledge and the truth that is written on the walls of these tombs. It just kind of said like ancestral knowledge, like you've been digging back in time, shedding light on what is true and what is not. There's a lot of reflection energy here for you, Aries. So I would definitely say that full moon must have brought something to light, or rather, maybe even possibly this last cycle, Virgo season, as we were building up to your full moon, getting there. It's like there was, it just said purging, like there was a lot of purging. There was a lot of things you had to go dig down into the tunnel for and illuminate to, it just said to drag some stuff out. It's kind of implying like both dirt. It's giving me a lot of archaeology for you guys, which I haven't had with anyone else's pile when it comes to this Egyptian theme yet, but it's very much giving me the archaeology theme. Like you had to go dig for some stuff. You had to take the brushes and get the dirt off, and you had to dig for some things to shed light on it. It just said things that hadn't seen the light in a very long time. So you really dug up some stuff. And this is digging up stuff from within yourself. This is your energy, the Hermit card. Or, I mean, it's Virgo energy, but I'm saying like that's you, the Hermit. You were going within yourself. It's an internal energy. Sorting through a lot of things inside. Yep, because there's some decisions to be made. And you can see that coming up. And that's the thing about this Two of Wands. Unlike a Two of Swords, where the swords are usually crossed, indicating a block, the wands are separated here. This person is kind of stepping up onto what looks like a platform. And there's kind of this lotus flower design. Okay, ooh, nice. And it just said that's the awakening. And it just pointed out these little green things right here to me, which kind of look like Easter eggs. Let me sit with that one for a minute when it comes to the Easter eggs. It's pointing them out for me for a reason. Oh, it just said yoni eggs. Wow, yeah, it's definitely a yoni egg because I literally have a green yoni egg. So what yoni eggs are used for, ladies, this is hopefully for a lady, or, you know, whoever identifies and may have, I guess, a compartment to put a yoni egg in, but it's for your yoni, females. What that does is not only teach your physical body within that womb space, right? The musculature, it teaches you how to work with your own body and work with your own muscles to keep a very healthy womb space overall. But it's very much about tapping into your ancestral knowledge within your womb space. And even though these are kind of some guys here on the card, you don't have to take that as men. What it's just kind of suggesting, like I was saying, you went through the temple and you were illuminating things, you were digging things up. Here's what your womb space is. And interesting, I'm wearing kind of some orange today too, because it's very much related to that. Your womb space is very much what I like to call like your purse. You get busy, you throw 1,000 little receipts and gum and wrappers and pens and pencils and your glasses and like whatever in there, right? And after a month or so, you realize that you slowly collected all kinds of junk in your purse and you need to clean it out. Because it gets stressful, right? Digging around in there trying to find what you're looking for. This is kind of the metaphor it's given me for you, Aries. It's that your sacral chakra is your relationship center. Babies are born out of there. You originate out of a sacral chakra of another being. All friendships and relationships, parents, children, romance especially, sex especially, yes, these things all originate from your sacral chakra, your womb space. Orange might be a really good color for you. And in doing so, in cleaning out this space for divine feminines especially, it frees up a lot of energy, a lot of creative energy that allows you to not only have better relationships, but when we think about the fact that we create babies from that area, you also create all your other projects in life from that area. Oh, wow, that was a message that just came through. It just said that whoever I'm speaking to is a divine feminine on the wave after me. Because I just went through a huge sacral chakra womb space clearing cycle for the past like 6 to 9 months. That just corrected me, 3 to 6 months, but it's been feeling like that long. I'm literally feeling kind of like a pregnancy cycle, but this is not what this is. It's just saying that you need to free up some emotional relationship space. You got to clear out some baggage. This could definitely be releasing people, releasing mourning, stress, loss of any kind of loved one, especially one you were very, very close to and attached to, any kind of abuse or trauma. This takes work, and it takes a lot of work, and it's a cycle, and I just went through it. So if this does in fact feel like something that starts happening and coming to your awareness, you should definitely reach out for some yoni eggs, because it's going to help you purge some of those energies. Black obsidian will help you pull out negative energies. The green, which I have is a green aventurine, helps you manifest like good luck and money and everything for your heart space. There's rose quartz. There's all kinds of crystals you can use. But that's what it's kind of saying. And the reason why it's got this person coming up to the altar to kind of, and the reason why it made me go so hardcore on your sacral chakra and about these yoni eggs here is that's part of the enlightenment that is on the way to you, Aries. You are stepping into your divine feminine awakening, and I'm very excited for you, but it is quite a trip. So it's telling you a decision is coming up, 2 paths are coming up. It's imperative for you to be able to sense these paths and make the best decisions, that you start prepping for this divine feminine womb clearing that is coming through. You are on the next wave of feminines coming in after me, after the wave that I was just on. I don't know if it, I don't even know what specific wave number I'm on. There's like 3 of them supposedly right now that are out there. I get the feeling that I'm on the 2nd one. I honestly feel like you might be on the 3rd, but I don't really know. I haven't fully identified that yet. That's the only thing I don't really know, but I definitely know that that message is coming in really strong for you guys. So it just said, get ready. Get ready. Yeah, it doesn't want me to talk yet. It just said, get ready. 5 of Swords. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Cutting some things out of your body. And it means it's in an energetic way. This is mind energy, but the way this has got me looking at it, it's literally like it's telling you that this is coming up. Like this is part of the path that's coming up. What this 5 of Swords represents is usually a fight that was won by some like nasty, deceitful, mean. Woo! It was 11:11 when I looked at the clock. Holy crap. That's what I'm saying. This is right on target for you. Any kind of relationships that ended in abuse, trauma, mean, deceitful, fallouts, just overall sharpness and negativity. Like someone whooped your ass and then laughed about it on their way, walking away, right? Like that kind of stuff. That kind of energy is the energy that is leaving. This cutting, hurtful, mean, it just said gross energy. It just pointed out like this person like kissing, almost like kissing this guy's foot after he's just like beaten the stuffings out of him, cut him up and hurt him. And that's what I mean. It's like that kind of energy is what's going away. And so the thing is, you have to realize that you've had past lives and you have had these experiences not only in this life, but number 1, through your mother and grandmothers, and even if you are masculine listening to this, through all of these people that came before you, you inherit some of this, not like baggage, it's just you inherit the genetic codes and memories of your ancestors. It's literally in your DNA. And it just said, you have been chosen. Yes, thank you. That's the message, of course, that we send out. It's like, you have been chosen by your bloodline, by the ancestors that came before you, to be here at this time on earth to do this sacred, divine, feminine awakening and clearing, because you are healing the timelines of your ancestors. You are healing for your ancestors. Everything that you heal helps heal your ancestors in other realms. It helps heal, more importantly, your future, your children, their children, and so on and so forth. This very sharp, nasty energy is something that definitely doesn't need to be repeated either in your life or in your children's life, and so on and so forth. And this is part of, though, what has to be cleared out of you first. And in the process of you clearing this, it just said it might be very mentally upsetting and frustrating, because it's going to feel like you're still digging, like you're still kind of figuring your path out, like you're still dealing with a lot of this stuff internally. But it's going to tell you, that's why it's telling you it's going to be like a 3 to 6 month cycle. You see these 3 right here? 3 to 6 month cycle to kind of clear this stuff out of you. And you might literally feel it in your body like swords. It does want me to mention that, like, while I was going through this, my body, for the first time in years, and I'm talking years, had a very painful feminine cycle. And I mean, like, you know, our cycle. So, like, and that was a couple of months ago. I'm talking about for the first time in years, I was brought to tears by my own body and its natural physical processes. And so that's what it's saying, is like, you might literally physically feel some of this. But that is just a translation of what is the mental, spiritual, emotional healing energy is that is like leaving your body. It just said that might be very hard for some people to explain. So it wants you to understand that the mind and the body Swords energy is mind and communication. The mind and the body are always connected. That's why they say speak nice about yourself, right? Because your mind and your body don't know the difference. Speak nice about yourself. Same thing goes for other people. When they say things to you, when they do things to you, when they don't speak to you, right, and ghost you and all kinds of hurtful things, when they do this stuff to you, it can literally cause pain in your body. And so the same thing with healing, right? Healing doesn't always feel so great. When we have like a broken bone, it hurts to heal it, but you are still healing even though it hurts. And so it's just telling you that when you start to maybe experience some of this stuff, it's because you are healing, not hurting, healing, not hurting. And it wants you to know that, so that, wow, woo, Aries, it wants you to know that so you understand what's happening to you, so that you don't get yourself stuck in a repetitive cycle of continuously mentally hurting yourself. And that is what it's telling you right now. So if it hurts, it's not hurting, it's healing. And it said, be careful with that message. Don't let that like brainwash you, right? Like be very specific and clear. But you know that like if something kind of hurts because you had to cut it out of your life, or you can't be around certain people or situations anymore, it's probably more likely because you're clearing things out of your life and it's healing you. Yes, why? Because we're getting ready to be this emperor. It just kind of gave me the impression that all of this is like a big obstacle course to get to here. This emperor is all about very much being in control of his physical world. It's talking about like this eye of protection, but then it brought up this little scarab bug, almost like he was this guy's little helper. It's also pointing out that in particular, for this image in particular, this figure is very androgynous. So that's where it's just saying like, okay, it's giving you this card, it's just saying you will like physically master yourself in the real world. Like in reality, you are working on a cycle of very much mastering your physical energy, of learning your boundaries. That's the other thing about the Emperor. He's all about boundaries. You see these like blocks with these squares? These are good blocks. These are solid blocks to sit on. These are solid pillars that are holding this card up. There are boundaries. You can't just walk up on this Emperor. And that's the same thing with your heart. It's bringing up the green. It's the same thing with your heart and your body and your mind and your spirit and your space. And you are learning how to set up these boundaries, how to sit back a little bit on your throne behind some pillars, let people come to you a little bit, and they can't go past a certain point. And you've got little helpers kind of keeping their eye out, protecting you as well. And that's a part of the message that's coming through. So that's why it's saying, like, get ready to get in touch with your sacral chakra and clear a lot of stuff, not just for yourself and not just for your ancestors, but for the future of New Earth. For your children's 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 future, right? We are getting rid of this energy. We are learning how to set healthy boundaries. It just said we are learning how to be our own man. We are, yes, divine feminine energy in the house, y'all. Like, we are learning how to be our own man. We are learning how to set our boundaries. We are learning how to provide for ourselves, because we don't need, and it's not just about female versus male. It's just saying, like, you are learning how to provide for yourself, because as a divine feminine, you need to know that you have just as much potential to be this emperor as any masculine. We are created equal on both sides. And so therefore, if you're struggling with anything in regards to supporting yourself, providing for yourself, or anything like that, this is just saying what this whole entire womb clearing cycle is going to be for you, is going to be helping you release so you learn how to set these boundaries and become this emperor. What's this last little thing we got over here? Knight of Pentacles. Look at that too. And it's coming to you. This Knight of Pentacles is talking about how it just said, like, the universe is very much bringing what you need to you. Coin, finances, stability, security, something that's real and tangible that you can hold and count on and depend on. Steady like a horse, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the whole deck. They are earth energy. It takes time. And that's what this is telling you. It's going to take time. But Do you see this? You got 4 cards kind of coming whoop, this way, and this is coming towards you. So that's what it's saying. It's like, this is going to feel like a cycle for a while, but Spirit is really letting you know that it's coming. It's just going to feel like it's coming really slow. It's all coming together really slow, but there's a lot to clear. So there's a lot to clear. And so that's the whole thing. The universe is bringing this to you. Look, you don't have to leave your boundaries after you go through this cycle. You don't have to leave your boundaries. You're sitting straight on your throne, and the universe brings it to you. And that's the number 1 lesson it wants to give to you, is that the universe going, woo, it just it just gave me that funny meme that's floating around on Facebook right now where the kid's like, hey mom, can you help me solve for X? And it's like, you ain't got to solve for X because X gonna give it to you. That's what it just get. It said, you ain't got to get out of here because the universe gonna give it to you. That's what it just said. Interesting. Wow, I love that message. What's on the bottom of the deck for you? Look at that 2 of Swords I was talking about, unlike the 2 of Wands. Interesting though, this is a different deck, of course, and these 2 of Swords actually in this deck don't look like they're blocked. In fact, it looks almost just like it just said 2 minds, right? Like 2 sisters coming together to communicate. It's like they literally were like, all right, look, let's talk, right? That's what their hands are doing. It's like, listen, let's talk. And that's where it's like, there might be 2 paths. There's some things clearing out. You might still have to make that decision. I do also think though that, okay, it just said, interesting. It was just implying that there's going to be like, not like a total split off. It's like, it's showing me like a timeline, and it's saying how it's going to be together and cohesive for a while, and then it's going to split apart and almost do like this bubble, and you can be on 2 different timelines, and then it's going to like come back together over here. And that's where it's saying like it's going to come back together in the end. Everything's coming back together. It just said where you might feel like you're falling to pieces, it's going to come back together in the end. But it's specifically talking about a timeline of your life. So you have a choice. You can choose the higher timeline and know about this awakening coming and know how to learn to deal with all this energy that's coming at you, that you'll be clearing and sorting out, and learning this ahead of time and knowing the universe is going to give you whatever you need. Might be coming in slow, but it's going to give you what you need. And that's where everything in the end is going to come back together. And in fact, I want to check this card in the book for you just one time, because I want to make sure it's telling me, like, not because I need to make sure like I interpret it right, but because it is such a different 2 of Swords. Yeah, no, that's what I said. Adjustment and balance, courage, friendship, harmony in a conflictual situation. That's exactly what this was bringing in. And that's what I'm saying. It's like everything's going to come back together in the end. It's all going to work out. Okay. I was just checking a couple of things to see what's going on. That's what I got for you, Aries. And let me know how that resonates for you. Get ready. Get ready for sure. If you're about to go through the same womb purging that I went through, then definitely get ready, because it was one of the most beautiful, deep, raw, emotional, spiritual experiences I think that I've ever been through. And I do finally feel like I just wrapped it up, but believe me, I've been going through this since about, I thought more like January, but maybe more like March, and it's October now. So that's about how long I've been feeling like I've been going through this. So if you're on the next wave and this starts going through for you, just hang on tight and just know it's going to be absolutely amazing and beautiful. But when the going gets tough, just remember, you're this emperor. The universe is bringing it to you, and it's all going to come back together. That's what I got for you, Aries. I'm gonna let you go. Y'all let me know in the comments. Hit that bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.